Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Actors Area. I'm your host, Sean Robert Grant, and super excited because what I'm going to do with this episode is just kind of get back to the basics and really give you an opportunity to truly understand that when we talk about basics and we talk about success as an actor, there's one thing that basically trumps everything else as it relates to the idea of really finding success, of really finding your power in this industry. And that just comes down to self-confidence, okay? Self-confidence is the absolute most important trait for any actor, actress, or performer. Now, how and why is this the case? Because self-confidence allows you to see things from a higher perspective. It allows you to see things from a place of being in such a high vibrational position that it always helps you to see the best in yourself. And here's why that's so important. That's so important because this is an industry that is geared upon rejection. It's completely based upon rejection from the standpoint of auditioning and, going in and out of auditions and maybe not even being what they're looking for. So it's not even like technically rejection. But when you don't get the job, there's a part of you that does feel rejected. There's a part of you that feels like you're in a space of, you know what, I can be better, I can be greater. But in order to do that, you have to have self-confidence. You have to have self-love. You got to believe in yourself. And we did a whole series on that not too long ago, talking about belief and stuff. And it gets back to that, And so one of the most important things I think you can do to ensure that you're succeeding as an actor is always celebrate or count your blessings. Count the things that you've been fortunate enough to do within the industry. If that's like a tough class that you completed, great. If that's like a commercial that you always wanted to book, great. A movie, a film, TV, whatever it is, always celebrate. Most people think that IMDb is there to be available if people go to look you up, so to speak. But for me, IMDb is available. IMDb is available for me to look back on all the things I've been blessed to do, all the things I've been blessed to be, all the things I've been blessed to participate in as a performer. And there have been times where I've gotten down on myself and I'm saying, you know what? How do I really put myself into a position to be the very best that I can be? And so what I wound up doing is I just completely went back and reviewed a lot of the things, and it started to, these pictures run through my mind, and it started to kind of tell me and show me, you know what? It was really hard booking that role. It was really hard trying to get in for an audition on that role. It was really, challenging physically to be in a space of having the stamina to complete the physicality that role required. So that becomes such an amazing opportunity to really pick up your confidence. Because here's the thing. Self-confidence, you can imagine it, you can fake it, you can do all these other things whatsoever. But self-confidence truly comes down to you being able to confirm what you've done in the past, okay? It comes down to you being able to confirm what you've done in the past. And so all that is basically looking at your successes, looking at where you were the most confident, looking at where you did the very best you could do and you excelled greater than you could have ever imagined. It's looking at that and then finding a way to integrate that into present day as you're continuing to go out on auditions, as you're continuing to go on set, as you're continuing to look to new films to hire you, and new not just films but TV shows and commercials and everything. So with that being said, one of the biggest things that I really wanted to make sure that you got before I left here was the idea that self-confidence is not about being completely fearless. It's more about being strong enough to say, you know what, at times this sucks, but I'm going to do the very best that I can do, and I'm going to power my way through it, and I'm going to have the courage to do it anyway and come out on the up and up. You know, self-confidence has a lot to do with self-talk and how you talk to yourself. So when something doesn't go your way, what are you saying? You know, are you saying, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just want to cry. I just want to be down on myself. I just want to not feel anything, so to speak, and whatnot, and blah, 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 and such and such. Or are you saying, you know what? I missed it this time. I missed it this time, but you know what? I'm going to make up for it. I didn't do that well this time around, but I'm going to dig deep. I'm going to look and see where I can make changes. And then from there, I'm going to elevate myself to a place to where I can succeed greater when it comes around. See, the most common misconception is self-confidence is not about perfection, right? It's not about basically booking everything as an actor or performer and then all of a sudden, looking perfect to everybody else. No, it's about being in the pits, being in the valley, struggling with stuff, overcoming those struggles, and then rising higher to be the best that you are. That's what builds self-confidence, right? Some of the hardest times in my life, like Hurricane Katrina, being homeless for a bit and some other things have really helped me to dig deep into my soul and pull out the self-confidence I need to excel on a level that seems like almost impossible. It's so important. It's so important to be able to do that. And I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity to do so, but I want you to really think about, where your self-confidence can be ignited. And you take that and you roll with it. You take that and you roll with it and you power yourself up and you basically, you say, you know what? I've overcome so much. I'm more powerful than I can imagine. Let's see how far this power goes, right? And the amazing thing about that, once you choose to see how far the power goes, you realize the power is unlimited because you're unlimited. And what I mean by that is that the capacity for you to succeed, for you to be confident in what you're doing, for you to sometimes even fall down but then get right back up is immeasurable. It's immeasurable. And it is by far one of the greatest feelings in the world to really see yourself go through some things, test your resiliency, put your foot down, make a decision and say, you know what? I'm rising higher. I'm rising higher. This is who I am. This is what's going to happen. This is going to be my time to shine. Okay? So, in closing, all succeeding as an actor comes down to is your resolve. Is your resolve to be the very best that you can be within first and foremost, and then allow the wisdom, the guidance, and the other actions to come, right? Go within. Ask yourself, what can I do to be a success today as an actor, right? What can I do? What's a small step if I'm not ready to take a big step, right? What do I need to focus on? Ask these questions. Write them down. Bless yourself with the opportunity to give your mind a chance to really bring some things in your life that's going to change or transform your career. And it's just as simple as that. Asking questions. Knowing that regardless of what happens, what unfolds, you've got all the answers. It's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. So, with that being said, my friends, that does it for today. Thank you for joining me. We're going to really kind of wrap it up here in the next couple weeks with the actors area and really diving into some stuff that can truly help you. So thank you guys for joining me today. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. We'll talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.